Hi guys, this is a video on how to do sensitivity analysis data tables in Excel. So what I've done is I've found 3 properties online and I've put here all the data I could find. I've also run some basic POE calculations, figuring out NOIs, debt services, cash flow after financing, and return metrics, my cap rate and my cash on cash return. Now, the process of sensitivity analysis starts with us picking our inputs and our output. So for inputs, we're going to choose 2 variables that we're going to change up and down, and we're going to see how this change impacts our output. So the output is usually a return metric. We can go with cash on cash for this example. For the inputs, what I've thought is a usual question people have was the asking price versus the potential monthly rent. So how much am I gonna have to buy this, and how much money does it have to be making me before I pay the expenses, if I know that the expenses are gonna be more or less the same, and how's this relationship work. So for our inputs, we're gonna select the step. So the step is the amount we're changing every time for a baseline value for these 2 variables. So for the asking price, if we go for the first example, the baseline value is $295,000 for the asking price and $2,100 for the potential monthly rent. So let's say we can negotiate about 10% of that, more or less. Maybe we're going to renovate the place a little bit. So we'll have a step of 30,000, sorry. It's about 300,000. Now potential rent, it's 2,100, so maybe we can see changes for say $100, give or take. Alright, now let's begin by creating the table. First we gotta pick what's the dimensions of the table. For this example, we'll do a 3x3. So we start by having the base case in the middle. In our case, for example 1 is 295, and then we increase this number by 30,000. Suppose we bought it and we put 30,000 in it, or we decrease this number by 30k, or we get a really good bargain. Alright, now in the column bar we're going to put the potential monthly rent. Our base case, you can see here, it's 2,100, and then reduce it by a step and increase it by a step. Alrighty. So we format everything how it's supposed to be. So top left, that's where we're gonna quote our output. In this case, cash on cash return. Now, this has to be a percentage. All of these results are going to be percentages as well, so I might as well format them. And now, we select the area. We go in the top tab, hit data, what if analysis, and data table. Now the row is the potential monthly rent, so we select that. And for the column, we do asking price. And now it has calculated 9 times these different combinations of scenarios, and we have our sensitivity analysis results. So after putting in the borders, we can put a heading here for the asking price, put a heading here for the potential monthly rent, and then indicate that the results are the cash on cash. Another interesting feature we can do after we have the results, let's say we make a table which is huge and it's 10 by 10, and we want to see, based on our steps, which areas are more favorable to us and which areas we should avoid. So basically we want to visualize the risk impact of those 2 variables. So how are we going to do that? Well, we select the results and then we conditionally format them. Create a new rule, and then we select 3-color scale. Alright, so for the midpoint, let's suppose we do number, right? What is this number going to be? This is going to be the number that we consider as an attractive return for our cash on cash percentage for this particular investment. If we're new to the game, let's say this is about 10%. We want to make 10%. So 10% is attractive, and it's going to be the midpoint of our coloring here, and it's going to be yellow. Everything we see as green is a good deal, and everything we see as red is far away from our target. So then, as you can see now, it's a small case, but if this was a 10 by 10, we could see which areas of rent are dangerous and which areas of purchasing the place are dangerous, and which areas are really profitable, and so on. And for this particular example, the interpretation is that it is not really a good investment, and we're gonna buy it way down and make very optimistic projections about the monthly rent in order for us to have an 8% return, which is even far from our midpoint. So this concludes the how to do sensitivity analysis tables in Excel. Thanks a lot.